Okay, yeah, welcome to the very first match of the 5th edition of the Overwatch Scrub Cup. We'll be seeing the game between Gandalf and the Fell OW ship of the Rhine and Taser Mittens tonight. Here with me is Fusi, and I'm Createx, and we'll be casting this game. Right now, the teams are choosing the maps, and yeah, Fusi is just going to take us through how that works.
So we have 9 maps in the map pool, and now the teams are banning. So the banning phase is essentially one team starts banning, and then it switches between teams until there's one map left in the map pool. And the last map, the second team that starts banning, they can choose if they're attacking or defending.
And yeah, it always ends up with King's Row because everybody loves King's Row. But yeah, I'm going to be very interested what the teams are going to choose. We don't have a lot of information to go on because this is actually the very first match these teams are going to play. Yeah, but we'll be looking to get to the game shortly, and then we'll be able to tell you a bit more. We have on Gundalf and the Fellowship of the Rhine, we have Gundalf, who's the coach. We have Azul, we have Cat Shadow, Futura, Kaifag, Magikarp, and Xylee. And on Taser Mittens, we have Siberian as the coach, Diftol, J. Rudy, Leora, Tom the Drum, Tulmush, and Zuki the Weeb. Just to reiterate, the Scrub Cup is a tournament for players at gold and below. So on sign-up, all these players had a maximum ASR of 2,500, and some of them even far below that. It's a tournament just to have fun, to improve, to play together with people, and yeah, practice together, scrim against other organized teams, and get coached while doing that. We're in our 5th edition now. We've been running these tournaments for 1.5 years. And yeah, it's been a blast organizing them and casting them, and also, in my case, playing in them. We're getting close to the end of the draft. We just have 3 maps left. Yeah, maps banned so far: Dorado, Eichenwald, Route 66, and Lijiang. So we only have left King's Row, as I predicted, Oasis, and Temple of Anubis. And Fusi, what do you expect? What compositions are we going to see?
Well, it's interesting since the meta in the lower SRs can be slightly variable from the pro meta, and it's going to be interesting to see if they run a lot of Junkrat.
Okay, yeah, welcome to the
hopefully
very first
we'll see some
match of the 5th
play.
edition of the
That could be interesting.
And do you think the pro meta, for example, Overwatch League, does it influence the choice of compositions?
I think it will, even though they're playing on a different patch. So I'm predicting that they're gonna, in some cases, play Overwatch League compositions, but we'll see how it goes.
I just remember from previous Scrub Cups that yes, the pro meta definitely does influence what is played. For example, I think in Scrub Cup 3, a lot of teams were actually running full dive because it was what you could see in pro level gameplay at that time, even though the coordination was, of course, not quite there. Okay, it looks like both teams are ready. We are going to be playing Oasis first. I think Oasis is a really interesting map in low level play because even in the pro games, points can get stalled out for a long time. So here, where teams or where players take a bit longer to kill other players, this could lead to the first take being even more deciding than usually is. And we see the first Junkrat being picked. What a surprise! Do you think he's going to stick with that?
Yeah, I think he's going to play Junkrat. What we've been seeing in the Overwatch League recently is Pharah and Sombra being the DPS picks. So we have a Pharah pick. So we'll see how that goes.
For Taser Mittens, we're seeing Mercy, Lucio, Tracer, Pharah, D.Va, and Reinhardt. This is an interesting composition with a dive DPS and some dive tanks, but a Reinhardt in there as well.
Try not to get yourselves killed out there.
And for Team Gundalf, we see something similar. We again see Reinhardt and a D.Va as the tank duo. They are, for now at least, opting for the Zenyatta with the Mercy instead. And for the DPS, they have more, not as divey DPS. They have the always reliable Soldier and Junkrat. It's gonna be interesting to see the matchup of the Pharah against the Junkrat. And if the Soldier will be able to put enough pressure on the Pharmercy to help Team Gundalf out here. Okay, we see Team Taser Mittens going for the high ground first here, helped by the Lucio speed boost.
Boop coming in early.
And yeah, takes out the Rhine. This cannot be rest, so there's a huge advantage here for my Taser Mittens. The D.Va dives in too deep and gets demacked immediately. Taser Mittens takes the point, and Team Gundalf is regrouping now, with Azul just spamming in some Junkrat nades, just trying to build up his ult charge here, while they wait for their tank to come back.
Taser Mittens have very much poop potential, so they always were going to control the high ground way more.
They are playing on the point right now, though, and just letting Gundalf charge in and take positions here. Gamerspeed gets caught out, retreats through the choke and gets speeded out by Diftol again, but gets taken down by Kaifek. And now Gundalf is pushing in, putting some pressure on Leora, while Suki is trying to put some pressure on the backline. Leora takes out Xylee with the help of the Tracer, and Magikarp is just shielding nobody right now. Kaifek has built up enough charge for an old Elf Strike, puts another point just to remake, but Taser Mittens are still firmly in control. Gundalf was not able to capitalize on the early Reinhardt pick, and now Gamerspeed is actually back. Diftol dies with his ult up, dies like casting the sound barrier, so Taser Mittens is in a lot of trouble here. Magikarp is just swinging away, trying to take down Gamerspeed, and this is looking like very good for Gundalf, who finally take down Gamerspeed and take the point. Gundalf do also have a big ult advantage here. They have two DPS ults up with Visor and the Riptire, as well as the Earth Shatter. Gamerspeed is also getting very close to a Shatter, and they could have the bigger bang with the Earth Shatter and the D.Va ult here. If they can land that would be huge, and that could lead to an easy retake.
Yeah, big advantage here for Gundalf's team. Taser Mittens going for the high ground.
And Kaifek is diving in again alone, but thinks better of it again and goes down. Okay, we see the Shadow coming out and in future we're going in with Visor, but he's not finding much right now. Both tanks are still alive. And we see a nice barrage coming in from Toolmush, takes down Cat Shadow. Doesn't find much more, but doesn't die either. This is looking like a good fight for Taser Mittens, so are on the point of retaking the map. Zuki is just running around, trying to take down Azul. Azul goes down, Future hits a nice Helix Rocket on Toolmush. And Kaifek comes in with the Self-Destruct again to remake again. And so far, Gundalf are still in control. They've somehow managed to hold this for now and are stalling it out right now. I mean, Oasis is a point where you can stall out for essentially ever, but this is looking like a retake for Taser Mittens, so in first control of the point. Yeah, they lose, they take the point, but Gundalf are still in this. They're still fighting, they're not quite retreating here. Okay, now they are looking for the regroup. They're getting peppered by rockets from Toolmush though, who's just trying to build up some ult charge, look for an easy pick. And Taser Mittens are kind of taking control of the high ground here with Suki and Leora on the high ground. Gamerspeed hits a nice fire strike. Oh, there was a big shatter by Gamerspeed. Gets down 3, but Cat Shadow comes in with the Transcendence, trying to save his team. Future cancels him in with another Visor, but again, both teams are still up and he's not finding a lot. Jeruri almost gets down. Oh, nice shatter by Magikarp. He knocks down 3 and knocks down Gamerspeed below the map. This could be a good retake for Gundalf, who need to take the point because else it's going to be an OT and else they're going to have a very hard time. They managed to end the fight in their favor and are going to retake here. They are retaking overtime, so Taser Mittens do have one push left to retake the point and retake the first map on Oasis University. What do you think about the ult advantage here?
So we're seeing very few ultis for the next fight. We have a D.Va bomb from Kaifek, and we'll see how he can zone with that.
Gaming speed died very, very late here, so it's going to be a staggered fight for Taser Mittens, who are trying to retake the high ground now with Leora and Jerudi. They're coming in from the high ground. Gaming speed is back. They triggered overtime. Leora's getting very low. They do take down Magikarp. The Riptide comes back and kills Diftol, and there's an advantage here for Gundalf. It's an even fight for now, though. Tulmush is holding the barrage here, looking for a big barrage. Kaifek Kaifek takes him down, though, so no barrage available here. And this is looking like a good fight for Gundalf now, because Taser Mittens have to stay on the point, but they're not complete. Leora gets Mac back, but dies, but loses back immediately. Zuki's back on the point, used the pulse bomb to no avail. Future has the visor again, and is implemented by Trance from Cat Shadow, and they take it. Gundalf takes the first map.
Kaifek had an amazing Diva Bomb if he didn't get that. So he completely whiffed it, missed into the pit, and then Tulmush dove right after it and got
Yeah,
the
I just saw that Tulmush died to the Diva Bomb with the barrage still up, so I didn't know how exactly he died to that. So yeah, we saw the Junkrat, we saw Mercy on both teams, which is not surprising, but we did not see any Winston or Orisa, we just saw Reinhardt. That does surprise me a little bit. Do you think the main tanks are just more comfortable in Reinhardt compared to Winston or the DPS?
Yeah, it can be that, but Ryan can also be dominant on that point.
And, well, we see Team Taser Mittens coming out with a Lucio, but they have delayed a little bit, so they're actually not going to be arriving at the point earlier than Gundalf, and so the fight is breaking out at the Pagoda. Team Gundalf takes the point first, though. Kaifek going a bit aggressive again. Now we do see Winston here. And, yeah, Magikarp dives right in. Gamer Speed also dives right in. Does a long-range charge, gets caught out, though. And Leora is taken very low, so about to lose the mech. Kaifek already lost the mech, and is not trying to regain it, and just using those Baby Diva pistols to regain the charge. The dive from Gundalf finds Tulmush, though, but it's still a very messy fight. Future is still up, Azul also still up, changing from the Junkrat to that Tracer. And yeah, it's the 2 DPS for Gundalf still up against Mercy and Reinhardt. And Leora is doing work on that Baby Diva here. Gamer Speed is just swinging away, just trying to finish the fight off. But yeah, this is one of the fights where one of the points where the fight really can go on forever. And Gundalf has lost the fight, but Kaifek still dives in, tries to lay a bit more, but it's taken down now. It's taken out of the mech and will get staggered here. Kaifek is still alive. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but it was a good stagger. Magikarp is trying to poke, but... Oh, Suki comes in with the blade, goes for the Zenyatta here, does not quite get it, but he's finished off by the Diva, and gets another kill on the Winston. Nice work by Suki here, finishing this fight before it started. Azul gets a kill with the Pulse Bomb, but I'm not sure if it's going to matter. It's actually looking good, like... Oh, there was a nice fact shatter by Gamer Speed, but there's no one to follow it up. Can he do it all on his own? And it's looking good. It's looking good. He might have brought this fight back for Taser Mittens, but he gets taken down by Kaifek. He's having a decent game on the Diva here. Yeah, Leora is back on the point now, and Taser Mittens stay in control. There are 5 people up from Gundalf now, and Future is coming in with the visor again. This is looking like a good fight. Nice kill by Magikarp. And yeah, this is looking like a good fight for Gundalf. Looking to retake the point around 60% here. And looks like we are going to need a pause here. So yeah, we don't know why we need a pause, but one of the teams called for brief pause. Okay, so let's talk about the fight that just happened. I mean, we're at 65%. Gundalf had this fight won like 10% ago, but yeah, it's possible to stall out forever on University. And yeah, I'm sure you're all just as happy as we are about the nice pause sound of the Mercy healing. We're trying to figure out why we need a pause, and we're looking to resume the game shortly. Okay, it looks like one of the players is going to be missing. Looks like there's some real-life emergency. So we'll looking to find a sub for the main tank for Team Taser Mittens. Of course, it's unfortunate timing, just when they really need to take this map to not lose the... Yeah, need to take this point to not lose the map.
So, for the next fight, looks like Fellowship of the Rhine is going to have a big advantage. So they have both support ultis coming up, and Tracer Pulse also soon. While Taser Mittens only has a Mercy ult and a Soldier aimbot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while till the Dragon Blade is up for Taser Mittens, and the Visor is perfectly countered by the Transcendence if Cat Shadow manages to hit it at the right time and manages to get the team inside the Transcendence. Okay, we're still seeing if Gaming Speed can come back in time or if they're going to need a sub. We have a limit of 2 minutes on the pause time, so we will be resuming shortly one way or the other. How strong do you think the Mercy ult is in this meta?
I haven't really thought about it that much.
I mean, it doesn't grant you the extra resurrection or the faster resurrection that it used to, but do you think it's still a valuable part? Because, I mean, it does give you a mini Transcendence or basically an Orisa ult, and you can choose.
Yeah, but the free res is, of course, really great for teamfights. So
Yeah.
essentially getting your teammate back, it can win teamfights easily.
Yeah, I mean, right now we are still seeing a lot of Mercy being played in the pro meta, even with a slower resurrection. So I think there's still quite a lot of value in that Mercy. I mean, we also see her being played a lot at any level, especially in the lower ranks, where it's way harder to play with the Ana or Moira, who have a similar healing output, but Mercy is just more reliable when it comes to healing. Okay, we're now going to be resuming in less than 1 minute. And just a short recap on the rules. Sadly, teams cannot actually sub in the middle of a map. So for Taser Mittens, they will have to play 5-on-6 or forfeit this map. And they are going to be playing 5-on-6. We are resuming now, so let's get back into the fight and see if Taser Mittens can stall this out a bit longer. No, they cannot. And Gundalf takes control of the map. It's going to be really hard for Taser Mittens now because they're down their main tank. And let's see if they're going to make any composition changes to account for that. And what do you think? If you're playing with 5 people, what's your best composition?
You need to go heavily on heals, and you need to be able to sustain your team. And that's pretty much the most important thing you can do. And you have to huddle up together.
Yeah. They're still playing with 2 healers, so they're playing with a single tank D.Va right now. How do you think that will go?
It can go okay, but they can be like easily focused on.
Suzuki gets a pick on Cat Shadow, and Kaifek is poking up around front quite a lot. Now Taser Mittens are regrouping. And yeah, let's see if they make any composition changes. Doesn't look like it. They are going to continue with what they have right now. They have the Dragon Blade up right now, but he's going to be running into a Transcendence and a Mercy ult. And Gundalf has 5 ults up here. And Zuki goes in with the Dragon Blade, but gets countered immediately with Transcendence. Tool Mush comes in with his own Visor now, but there are already 3 people down. Let's see if he can pull it back with that Visor, but it does not look very good. The Aura gets D-Max, and Tool Mush is still alive, but gets taken down by Kaifek. So a full wipe for Gundalf, but they did use 4 of their ultimates for that.
How embarrassing.
We also saw 2 ultimates being used by Taser Mittens.
Yeah, it's going to be the last fight though. Team Gundalf is at 90% now, and Team Taser Mittens is regrouping, joining the point. And Tulmush changed to Winston here. Leora gets Dynamax immediately, and both Mercy ults get popped. There's a fight of the Angels in the air now. Tulmush jumps up, is poking on the high ground right now. Suki gets taken down by Cat Shadow. Bloodthirsty support. Leora gets the Mac back, and Tulmush manages to take down Cat Shadow. This might still be doable. Divtol is just using the Winston bubble to evade and trying to stay on the point, just trying to delay this as long as he can. Leora gets taken down from the baby diva. And yeah, this is looking like a one fight for Gundalf. I mean, it was almost impossible for Taser Mittens to win this with 5 people. It's a best of 5 for the Scrub Cup, so they still have the opportunity to pull this back here. But yeah, it's going to be very hard without their 6th player. So do you think they will make any composition changes? We already saw that they switched to Winston. They have 2 healers and just 1 DPS now. Do you think this is the optimal composition when you're playing 5-on-6?
Yeah, they would have to go either a dive, probably a dive heavy comp, and they need focus fire. I'd like to see Moira being played instead of Mercy, possibly, but Mercy can offer the resurrect. So
I mean, if you play your Mercy right, this can make the 5-6-on-6 again by resurrecting one of the fallen teammates. That, of course, if you manage to prevent the enemy Mercy from using her resurrection successfully. And yeah, we see Taser Mittens taking the right side, and Gundalf taking the high ground here. They have the soldier posted up there, which can be a very powerful position. Azul takes the pagoda and just poking down with the tracer here, just laying down some fire, putting some pressure on Taser Mittens. Not doing too much right now. Kaifek chimes in, and nice coordination with Magikarp here. Both Winstons poking each other, bubbles breaking, and Azul is just in the back line, not getting any attention, but just putting pressure on them, trying to take the Mercy down here. And yeah, Kaifek is doing a lot of work here, getting 2 kills. And yeah, this is looking like a 1-5 for Gundalf here, who is still playing 6-on-5. Kaifek takes down the Lucio, and Azul takes down his counterpart Tracer. And yeah, Gundalf is going to take the first point capture here.
yeah, Taser Mittens have to, like, since they have a Mercy, they have to play around it as much as they can and just protect it.
We see a switch away from the Tracer to a Genji, fitting with a name. And yeah, they're going to be looking to dive on the high ground here. Nice coordinated dive from Leora and Magikarp. Magikarp gets booped down. Nice play from nice play here. And Kaifek takes down Leora, gets out of the mag. The Mercy in Jaretti is already down. Kaifek takes down Zuki again, and this is looking like an easily 1-team fight for Gundalf. Divtol and Toolmush is still the point. Toolmush is close to getting his primal range, but he gets taken down as well. And yeah, no ults were used in this fight. So do you think there's any chance for Taser Mittens to win the next team fight?
I think there's very little chance. But it also depends on how Gundalf's team uses their ultimates.
Yeah. I mean, I think Taser Mittens should be looking to draw as many ultimates out of... Oh, that's a very nice pull stomp by Azul, taking on Suki and Jaretti and dealing heavy damage to Leora. He just ended this team fight before it began, and that means Gundalf does not have to use any ults here. Leora gets demagged late, so this is going to be a huge stagger. I think this means that the next team fight is going to be the last final. Gamerspeed rejoins the game though, so they are going to be 6 persons for their last team fight. Let's see if Gamerspeed is going to take over one of the DPS roles here. Yeah, it's 80% for Gundalf now. Gamerspeed is showing the Sombra, so it's going to be very interesting. This is the first Sombra we see, even though she's very strong on all points of Oasis. And yeah, they actually have 4 ultimates up as well. Jaretti pops the Transcendence, pops the Valkyrie, she's trying to keep Leora up. Leora is trying to dislodge the Soldier from the high ground. Future is popping the Tech Visor from the high ground. This is a very powerful position, puts a lot of pressure on Jaretti. He's about to go down, but managed to escape the Visoring Soldier. And yeah, this is a massive fight. Now the blade from Zuki the Weep comes in. Oh, nice double kill from him. Takes down the Zenyatta and the Diva. And this is an even fight. I think Taser Mittens are looking good here. They have a good chance of taking this point. Leora gets demacked though. Toolmush is still around on the point of Primal Rage, and he's trying to keep this alive. Just trying to poke at the point. Zuki's back on the point as well. Keeping it alive till his team can rejoin. He goes down though, and this looks like one fight for Gundalf.
Soldier on the Fellowship of the Rhine was just completely uncontested, so they could do nothing for that situation.
Yeah, Leora went up there trying to dislodge him, but just didn't do it consequently enough, and yeah, jumped back down. And then Future was able to just pop his visor uncontested and do a lot of damage. Was good play by J. Rody though, good movement to evade the visor in the air and not get picked by the visor, but still was too much damage being pushed out from the high ground. So how do you think the result would have been if Gamerspeed hadn't left the game?
We could have seen Tasermans taking at least a few maps.
Yeah, I think the last fight looked pretty good for Taser Mittens for a while there, but they weren't able to focus fire enough, and yeah, in the end, Gundalf just won out with the soldier on the high ground, and yeah, being able to focus targets down faster. Okay, now we are waiting for the teams to pick their second map, and let's see where it will take us. What do you think? What's going to be the next map?
We see a King's Row. That was at least a late ban in the last ban phase, so
Yeah.
we could see that coming.
I mean, King's Row, I think, is one of the most popular maps at any level of play.
Yeah, it's essentially the Dust 2 of Overwatch.
I think it's really a nice map because it allows for so many different compositions to be viable on the different points. It allows for triple tank. Second point is pretty good for dive. On third point and sometimes on first point, we see a lot of Widow play, which is always an interesting hero. And Team Gundalf bans Dora D. So Dora D is out of the map pool. I'm not sure if that means Dorado remains. And yeah, Taser Mittens are going to choose their map now. And what maps do we still have left? We have Eichenwalde. And it looks like we are going with Eichenwalde here, so that's not King's Row. And yeah, it is Eichenwalde. So Team Taser Mittens chose Eichenwalde as their second map. So yeah, what can you tell us about Eichenwalde, Fusi?
It's essentially the thing that revolves most of around the map is the start and the choke at the beginning, and we're gonna see how the teams will do just over the whole map in that choke, I think.
Yeah, it's still a very, very hard choke. I think it's one of the hardest to push through, and you have to remember that until, I don't know, when was it changed, like 9 months ago? It wasn't even hard to choke because there was not like they opened up a new flank path to the right side, a small new passage, which is really useful for Sombra and Tracer. But until a couple months ago, that wasn't even there. The only way to get over that choke was either through it or flying over it. And yeah, it looks like Gundalf is going to choose attack or defense, and they are going with attack first.
It's going to be interesting to see how the teams will want to go through that choke, because either you want to go with a tank heavy comp and go slowly, or you want to dive through it, or you want people to somebody to play a Tracer and mess with the backline.
I mean, we saw some dive play on Gardens here with the Winston Diva dive. Do you think they're going to try the dive again, or do you think they're going to stick to the tank heavy comms?
I think they will go tank heavy.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Reinhardt plays, so I think we're going to see that again. Reinhardt and Diva seem to be the tanks of choice here. It's a solid duo. I apologize for my keyboard. I will be looking to get a quieter keyboard, but I'm so far, or till now, I am very poor, so I have to stick with the very loud ones. Okay, we are going to enter the game now, and yeah, Eichenwalde. I'm kind of sad that I cannot hear the music right now. Actually, I could enable the music for myself because it has one of the nicest background tracks in Overwatch, I think. I also think it's really funny how the announcer pronounces Eichenwalde as a true German. Nobody can do our pronunciations right. Eichenwald it is. Eichenwald.
Proud of your heritage.
Now try it. No, you try it, Fusi. Say Eichenwald.
Eichenwald.
Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Well, my language is Germanic, so...
Yeah, I probably cannot pronounce anything in Icelandic either, so that's fair.
Can you say Eyjafjallajökull?
Again?
Eyjafjallajökull.
Eyjafjallajökull.
Yeah.
Kinda, I guess. Is that the volcano?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. At least I can recognize it. That's something, I guess. Okay, so let's see what the defense is going with first. What can you tell us about that comp, Fusi?
We're seeing the Orisa being picked, so they're going for damage-heavy defense. So they're gonna spam through the choke.
I mean, we see the Junkrat here, the Soldier, the Orisa, and the Roadhog, and the Zenyatta as Mercy as supports. Yeah, we have Orisa and Soldier and Junkrat who are really good at putting down pressure over long range, and then we have the Roadhog, which I think is an interesting choice. But he's going to be very good at taking out flankers and yeah, just hooking everybody that comes through the flanking path. So I think this is a very stable defense. We are seeing Kaifek on the Hanzo here. He's probably, yeah, he's just shooting a Sonic Arrow, then switching to the Diva. And yeah, we'll be seeing Azul on the offensive Junket here. So they still won't have quite the shield breaking capacity that Gundalf have here. Sorry, that Taser Mittens have here with the Junkrat, with the Orisa, and the Roadhog. The shields of Magikarp are not going to hold on. Azul gets taken down by a nice right click from Suki. And now they're just waiting to regroup and to push in again. Magikarp is actually still pushing forward even without their Junkrat. And he's going over the left side. Azul is back here after getting rest. And while Kaifek and Cat Shadow are on the flank path, Kaifek takes down Zuki, so the no more Roadhog. And this is going to be a hard rest for Gamerspeed. Gamerspeed goes down here to switch from the main tank to the Mercy. And now Leora jumps on the point, pops the Fortify, but isn't able to stay alive. And yeah, only Toolmush is left, and he gets taken down immediately. Good take from Tasermits. I'm sorry, the colors switched, now I'm confused. A good take from Gundalf, who chose attack first. So, do you think we're not seeing any changes. Do you think they will just take the high ground here and try the same thing again?
Yeah, it would be most powerful to take the high ground and keep it contested.
I mean, you have a Junkrat and a Orisa, so the high ground is really powerful for you. Kaifek is up on the high ground now, trying to prevent them from taking it now. He's challenging Azul out, and is able to push him back. And Kaifek alone is keeping control of the high ground right now, and just denying it to Taser Mittens. He goes down, doesn't want to fight everybody. Diftol is on the high ground alone now, though. Just spamming down his nuts, and yeah, Kaifek throws in the self-destruct, and oh, he catches out Gamerspeed and Diftol. Huge play from Kaifek, just winning the team fight on his own. Azul is spamming down from the high ground, but they're not going to need to use any other ults. Suki is still poking up in front, just trying not to get picked here. Oh, and a nice long-range shield destructs from Future. This is a very good fight for Gundalf, who are easily pushing through second unopposed, and Tasermins are not going to be able to contest second here. So this is a very, very fast time. I don't think I've ever pushed this fast through Icon World.
Yeah, it's a very impressive time.
So do you think Tasermins can put up a better fight here on second?
Yeah, with the tighter play area.
And they are coming up on some ults, and Gamerspeed pops the Mercy ult here, pops the Valkyrie, just looking to keep the team alive. Suki gets the first pick on Cat Shadow, and that's going to be very hard to rest. Suki pops the whole hog here, breaks the shield of Magikarp, and Magikarp has the Shadow available, but he's probably not going to use it. Yeah, Suki takes him down finally, and that's the end of the push. This is the first fight Taser Mittens win on this point, so this is going to give them a nice confidence boost.
The third phase is very strong for Junkrat, and we're seeing 5 ultimates for the attacking side though, so we'll see how this goes.
To be fair, Taser Mittens was very, very good with their ultimate economy. They only used 2 ults, so they still have 4 available, including the Riptires. So we're going to be seeing dueling Riptires, and we're going to be seeing who's the stronger Jake here. Oh, and Jaretti takes out his counterpart's Riptire. So he's already up one there. We see both Transcendences coming out. Lots of ults getting popped. Talos flying everywhere. And yeah, Magikarp is going to be looking for the Shatter here. hits down, takes down 2, and Future is looking for the visor here. And Jaretti takes down 3 and saves the point for Tasermittens. What a huge pulse! What a huge Riptire! Wow, he got 4 with that huge play from J. Rudy here. He took down the Riptire from Azul, and then he got 4 with his own. That's good Junkrat play. He is our honorary Jake of the week.
That's a fat tire.
Yeah, well played, well played. So both teams used all of their ults. So we saw a total, I think, of 10 ults being used in this fight.
11, I think.
11, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm bad at math, so 11. Azul is poking around the right side, going around the flank, trying to be going. Kaife goes in deep but gets taken down immediately. He had no support, and he got demagged just immediately. We see Zuki on the Reaper now, just trying to contest Magikarp when he pushes in, and Kaife gets taken down, but still, Tasermittens are retreating even though they are 1-up. Now they are pushing forward, just trying to take down Magikarp, who's at half health here, has no more barrier, gets taken down by Leora. In the meantime though, Tulmush got demagged and is just now looking to regain the mag with a Bunny Buster. Tulmush regained the mag. Leora and Dictol pushed up too far though and died. Leora cannot be res, but they got nice tire by Azul. He gets his revenge and takes down 2. Zuki is still up, but is only 50% to his Death Blossom and does not have the Wraith Armor. Tulmush is alive in the Baby Dia form and nobody can hit him. And a Drip Tire from Spot from J. Rudy. Can he do it again? Can he do it again? No, he cannot this time. Diftol used the Transcendence on the point just to stall. Both supports are up. J. Rudy's on the point as well, using his concussion mines just to stay alive. Gamer Speed is still in the corner, gets taken down, and this is looking good for Gundalf to push it out. Tulmush gets demagged, and that's it. Gundalf takes the 3rd point. I'm not used to casting. My voice is already giving out, but I will power through, and I will keep talking, even if it kills me. Okay, so they did hold a bit on 3rd, but still, I think 2-12 is a pretty good time for Eichenwald. And yeah, do you think Tasermittens will be able to equal the time?
Yeah, it's a very strong possibility.
And what do you think about the role changes they made? We saw Gamer Speed on main tank on Oasis, and here he was playing the Mercy.
I mean, Mercy is a very low skill floor hero, so pretty much anybody can play her.
And now we're evidently seeing a switch back. We see J. Rudy going back to the Mercy and Gamer Speed back to the main tank. What do you think about J. Rudy's Junket play in general, apart from that huge team fight?
We saw both Junkrats playing really well, at least, especially at the 3rd stage.
So we'll be seeing the matchup of Junkrat against Pharah again, but now we'll see Azul going for the Bronx as our trap combo, and yeah, I'm gonna be interested if anybody falls for that or if they noticed. I think they noticed. But yeah, let's see if that works. I once saw QD getting killed by a trap mine combo at spawn, so everything's possible. And yeah, Tulmush is going to be looking for the explosives here, and actually, Future is going to be looking to take in on the Pharah, and he was able to put enough pressure on her on Oasis, I think. And yeah, they saw the tire, they saw the trap. That makes me sad. Yeah, we see some long range poke going down here from Tulmush, and yeah, spam going both sides. Tulmush is going up, just putting some nice rockets behind the shield, getting a nice direct on Cat Shadow, but isn't able to follow it up with the second one. And yeah, Zuki is also poking from long range, looking to build that Dragon Blade here. Azul is looking for some aggressive mines from the right side, but it's not finding anything. Gamer Speed is pushing through the Chocobo now. They're pushing to the left side, but Azul is trying to prevent that, using the concussion mines to just blast the Junkrat back. And yeah, Tulmush gets challenged in the air by Kaifek. He does not have his Mercy with him, and gets taken down by Kaifek here. J. Rudy wasn't able to support him, but he is looking for the rest here now. But still, they are one down because Leora got demagged. Kaifek goes in very deep again. This could be the opening that the Taser Mittens need here. If they can get Kaifek demagged, they have a chance to pull this team fight back. But Kaifek's getting good support and is able to stay alive and put down a lot of damage. He's about 25% ahead of Leora in the old charge game right now. Zuki might be able to catch down Azul here, but Azul manages to take this concussion mine. Zuki does have the blade up here, and Cat Shadow is 85% to the Transcendence. So if Zuki can go in now, he might be able to use the Dragon Blade without Transcendence. Riptire coming out from Azul looking for targets and gets a nice double kill. This is still everybody's game, and Zuki goes in with a blade here, but gets taken down by Cat Shadow. And Future is coming from the high ground, using the visor to take everybody down, and only Aurora remains. And that was a good hold by Gundalf.
The trance from Cat Shadow coming in at just the right time. But he did use it, even though he didn't have to.
I'm ready to initiate.
I think he wanted to be rather safe than sorry, but yeah, it could come back to bite them. Because now we're looking at a decent ult advantage for Team Taser Mittens. They have 3 ults up and are getting kind of close to that Shatter. Magikarp is going to try to prevent that though, with a Shatter of his own. Oh, they might be able to catch out Azul here, but Azul is very good with using his concussion mines to get out and escape. J. Rudy gets gamer speed back up to life, and oh, Tulmush tries to go for the barrage, but Future paid attention and takes him out immediately. Gamer speed is going down here. Kaifek doing a good job on this aggressive diva play, and Taser Mittens have to retreat and regroup again and look for another team fight. Tulmush is actually switching off the Pharaoh here, going for a late soldier swap. And yeah, let's see. What do you think about the old situation here?
We have to see some... Taser Mittens have to play together a bit more. And they need to wrap around more or either go face.
I mean, that is what they're trying here right now. Oh, Azul gets taken down by Reflected Mine from Zuki. Nice play. Future propped the text visor very early. Diftol counters it with Transcendence. Kaifek still managed to take down Zuki. And yeah, they're on the point now. Taser Mittens on gamer speed takes down only Xylee with that Shatter. Kaifek doesn't find anything with self-destruct. Leora is on the high ground here with the Diva. Jumps back down. Gamerspeed gets taken back up. Oh, nice block by Gamerspeed. But Tumush still gets taken down. Gamerspeed is just swinging away, and this is not looking that good for Taser Mittens here. Suki is trying to bring it back, though. It might be winnable here. I mean, it has to be. This is the last fight. Gamerspeed is up again. Oh, nice charge! That was a clutch charge here, taking down the enemy Reinhardt. Just swinging away. Zuki has another blade and is looking to take down Future. Oh, he barely misses that swing. That's so close. And it's J. Rudy and Zuki on the point here. J. Rudy gets taken down. It's the DPS still on the point, and they do have the spawn advantage. They have to stay alive here and wait for their team to regroup. Azul comes in with the tire, this is going to take down Tulmush. And Zuki has to touch the point here just to keep it in overtime. This is not looking good for Taser Mittens. Kaifek is back on the point. Leora is back on the point as well. Zuki is on the point. Gamerspeed gets a huge shatter, but can they follow it up? And Gamerspeed is trying to look best, but Future is still using a visor. J-Rudy is going for the rest. Can he get the rest? Leora gets Leora back up, and Leora has the mech avail, but gets taken down, and that's it.
Is he lacking focus fire from the Taser Mittens here?
Yeah. I think that they had a good chance of taking the point there, but just weren't able to focus down the targets. I think they were up 4 against 3 or something, but they were not able to take down the focus. Yeah, this is J-Rody's huge rip tire again. He just threw it in there and he just got 4 kills with it. That was clutch as hell. But we shouldn't forget that before that he actually took down Azul's tire as well, so that was a huge fight from J-Rody. So what do you think, apart from the focus fire, what made Gundalf get this convincing win with the first point hold in the very fast time? What did they improve on against Taser Mittens?
Their supports, they were pretty much alive most of the team fights, and they were just staying alive completely and keeping their tanks alive.
Do you think it had anything to do with the switches that we saw from Taser Mittens, with Gamerspeed going on the Mercy and J-Rody going on the Junkrat?
I'm not certain.
And yeah, we're going to be choosing the third map now. Route 66 is the first to be banned. McCree is crying. And Kings Row is still in the pool, so perhaps we'll be seeing Kings Row finally. Do you think we'll see a 2CP map?
I don't think so. I don't think it's likely.
I mean, there's a reason we have this system compared to the OWL one, because we want people to actually play the maps that they want to play.
I'd like to see more Koth or Kings Row being played.
Yeah.
So Lijiang or Kings Row.
I mean, it's not unlikely. And, well, we have someone leaving again. It is... who is it who left? It's... Diftol left. And looks like he crashed, but luckily this is the least bad moment to crash, because we're still picking the X map, so we will be waiting for Diftol to rejoin us. Okay, so we're still waiting for Taser Mittens to choose the third map. What do you think would play to their strengths?
To the strengths of Taser Mittens.
Yes.
I like Suchi's tracer play, and I think they could be very efficient with it.
So that would point to King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Because King's Row is probably, well, Tracer is strong on every map, but I personally think that King's Row is comparatively one of Tracer's weakest maps. Especially in the second phase, where there's quite a bit of high ground and flanking routes that aren't easily accessible to Tracer. And the path of the payload is actually quite narrow, which doesn't really favor Tracer. So I think even in pro play, that is one of the maps where we see the least Tracer play.
Yeah, but then again, we also see Genji being played in the second stage, and that could be very interesting. And I'd really like to see Sombra being played.
But do you think, how strong do you think Sombra is without a really coordinated team, though?
I mean, with just EMP, it can shut down entire teams if they're like ulting too late.
Okay. I mean, we saw gamer speed on her briefly on Oasis City Center, but I don't think you even build up an EMP. I mean, it's much slower, or it's not much slower, it depends on how you play, but it charges slower than it used to, because you don't get charged from your health packs anymore. And it looks like we will have to bring a sub in. Diftol is out of this one. Okay, we found another sub. Okay, so it looks like I'm misinformed. We are actually going to get the original player back. Looks like they were able to fix their computer. So yeah, we'll be getting into the game shortly. But we still haven't picked a map. Okay, so we know at least that Team Gundalf banned Route 66, but we still don't know what Taser Mittens is going to pick. They are probably having a huge internal debate right now. I imagine words being thrown. Okay, Diftol is back in the game, so as soon as Taser Mittens chooses a map, we'll be able to get into the next game. The choices they have right now is King's Row, Lijiang Tower, Route 66, Temple of Anubis, and Volskaya. Oh, actually, we do not have Route 66 in there. Instead, it's Dorati that we have in there. It happens. It happens. I mean, it's almost the same. It's Western and Mexicans. Okay, so we have King's Row, Lijiang Tower, Temple of Anubis, and Dorado left here. So, and of course, Volskaya Industries, but it's not likely that we'll see a 2CP map. Who impressed you most on Gundalf so far, Fusi?
I'm not sure. I think I would go for Azul.
And why is that? What do you think? What makes him stand out?
Again, I was watching his Tracer play and was quite impressed with it. And he was playing Junkrat, right?
Yes, he was playing Junkrat.
Yeah, he played very efficiently with a Junk.
Yeah, what impressed me most about Azul's Junkrat play on Eichenwald was that he was able to just stay alive. He was very good at using his concussion mines for movement. I just remember, for example, that they had 3 people, or that Taser Mittens had 3 people in that small room next to the bridge against Azul alone, and somehow he was able to just concussion mine himself out of it and just barely stay alive and regroup with his team.
Yeah, and there's like just air control while he's concussioning.
Yeah.
I noticed it on the second point.
Okay, it looks like we are going to King's Row, which again is a very strong map for Junkrat on both sides. Did you watch the World Cup game of South Korea against, I don't remember who it was, I think the Netherlands or Poland? With,
probably Poland, I think.
Yeah, with Flower before the Junkrat buffs just wrecking Poland with the offensive Junkrat on King's Row. That was very impressive.
Yeah, but they were essentially just trolling. They were so much better.
That is true.
Now entering King's Row.
Okay. Looks like we are seeing Gundalf on attack here. They really like attacking first. And yeah, we are seeing Kaifek on the Hansa again, just looking for that sonic arrow, just trying to prevent any shenanigans on part of Taser Mittens. What do you think about Kaifek's Diva play?
I haven't really noticed anything. I've been looking for individual plays.
I think Kaifek is a very aggressive Diva player. He gets a lot of damage done, but sometimes it's a bit too much and he gets caught out. I think many of the team fights that Taser Mittens have been able to win were on the back of Kaifek diving in deep and then getting DMAC. On the other hand, he does get a lot of kills and is able to finish a lot of low players off, so I think it balances out for him. Oh, you might get your wish because we see Div Toll on the Moira here.
Yeah, Moira is such a high impact support. She has so much healing potential.
In 30 seconds.
And yeah, we see some role swaps again. We see Jay Rudy back on his Junkrat. That really impressed me. And Zuki actually here on the Reinhardt, with gamer speed going back to the Mercy.
Incredibly variable hero picks.
Yeah. What do you think about the Moira Mercy support picks here?
They have very much healing potential, like I said, and it's gonna be interesting if they, if Gundalf's team can essentially just outdamage.
Kaifek is switching off the Hanzo now to the Diva, just shot 1 arrow, see if he can get a pick. Yeah, sometimes you see teams doing that with Widow as well, and just see if they hold forward, if they can get 1 quick headshot. And yeah, we see Team Gundalf chasing through Hotel, going through Hotel, just wrapping around to the left side, going aggressive here. Kaifek is staying with the team this time, they take down Zuki's barrier, so they can shoot freely, and Azul uses that to just take down 2 Musha. This is going to be a hard rest. Zuki is trying to make the rest possible, charges in here, and is looking very out of position. And Leora tries to help him, is able to stay alive, is now in the back line. And Taser Mittens are looking very, very split up here. Jay Rudy is alone at the point, and somehow Diftol is still alive as well, but it looks like they are going to be giving up that point here. Azul gets a nice late pick on Diftol. And yeah, now Gundalf is pushing aggressively, trying to stagger team, and this is what I was talking about. Kaifek pushing aggressively low, gets DMAC, and this means that Taser Mittens can regroup in peace now. Leora takes down Azul, so they are 1 player up now, but they're still waiting for their Moira to rejoin them, so they are not able to capitalize on that.
So the take Gundalf's team had on the first point was very interesting because they essentially switched sides. So they were playing on the defense side of the point.
Oh, Azul gets a clutch kill on Gamer Speed. Was just about to dress up their main tank again. Chulmush is using his visor, but is actually falling back with the visor, leaving Leora alone to contest the payload here. Falling back now as well. They also used the Moira ultimate here, which charges very quickly, but still they use quite a lot of ults for no gain at all. Kaifek takes down Jarady, chasing him down, and again, Taser Mittens are very split up here, and are being taken down one by one. Azul is on the high ground here, just looking to lay down some damage from the high ground just to prevent them from getting on the card. Using his tire to switch high grounds and just, throw some nades behind the Reinhardt shield here. And, Suki is looking to contest here, but his shield gets taken on low. He gets a nice charge on Magikarp, but is not able to follow up on it. Magikarp is getting very close to the Shatter here, and they did not actually contest. Jayudi throws in the Riptire, looking to get something, but it's not able to find anything. And they're looking very scattered here. They haven't gotten a good fight since the lost first point.
Get ready for a shot.
Oh, Kaifek throws in a huge self-destruct. Azul follows it up with Riptire, and they just dashing their hopes. They're just destroying Taser Mittens here, and it's looking like a very, very, very fast time. Taser Mittens will have one more fight to recontest here. And let's see what they can do with that, but the ult situation is not looking very good. Leora somehow takes down Xylee with that long-range Diva Bomb, so they have a chance here. Chulmush shoots a nice Helix Rocket. Ketchup goes in with a late Transcendence though, just trying to keep his team alive on the point. Zuki's looking for the charge, changes Kaifek out of the fight. Leora gets DMAC by Future though. Divtol comes in with the Convalescence because for some reason Gundalf are looking good in this fight. Gamer Speed pops the Valkyrie very, very lightly. I'm not sure if that was really necessary because the fight was already over at that point.
Kachero's trance comes in very late while his team had gotten picked. They were 2 down.
They still managed to almost turn it back though, but then Divtol came in with a Convalescence and basically sealed the deal. Magikarp is still looking to find a big Elf Shadow here, and Zuki has one available as well, so it's the battle of the Reinhardts. Kaifek goes in aggressively again, trying to dislodge Jarudi from the high ground. Zuki misses his Shatter. Magikarp still has this available. Kaifek gets DMAC though, and Future is coming in with the Visor and just cleaning up people here. Magikarp shatters down Leora in the Baby Diva form, is not able to finish it off though. Leora is still somehow alive on the payload, together with Gamerspeed. They're actually stalling this out for a long time. That might be able to recontest this. Gamerspeed, not Gamerspeed, sorry. Suki gets a nice charge here, but charges off from the hill as well, so it's only Chulmush available. And I'm not sure about that self-destruct from Kaifek. He still gets the kill. Yeah, nice charge by Magikarp. He doesn't get the kill credit though. But Gamerspeed and Leora are back on the payload, and they're stalling this out for a bit. Leora does have the self-destruct available. Oh, gets one, and Jarudi is back on the payload with a Junkrat, as is Zuki, who's getting close to Shatter again. And this is looking like a one fight for some reason for Taser Mittens. Now the Tyra comes in from over the top. No, they left the payload, They C9'd. Oh, they C9'd. This is looking closer and closer to pro Overwatch every minute.
Switching sides.
Very impressive take by Taser Mittens.
But I'm actually also, there wasn't that last fight. They managed to stall it out for like 2 minutes on that very last stretch. So they got rolled all through second point and weren't able to regroup. But they had some impressive clutch plays on that last point. And Zuki is showing the Widow here in attack, so let's see if he's just going to be looking for some quick picks or if he's going to switch. And it looks like they like their role switches for attack and defense, because we see Gamerspeed on the Reinhardt again here. And do you think that Zuki is going to stick with that Widow?
No, I don't think so. I think it's... I would assume it's just a starter pick.
Yeah, let's see where Gundalf is going to be holding, if that Widow is going to be able to find some nice headshots here. And yeah, Zuki's on the high ground here. Oh, and we see Azul going for the Bronx trap again. But there's nobody actually in front of the door to see him do it. I still think they are going to check it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to a Bronx IQ trap kill here.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
We see Leora showing the Zarya here. We've only seen it on Diva, so this is actually the first time, or would be the first time that we see Zarya being played in this map. And it looks like it, yeah.
1. Attackers incoming.
Yeah, we see Jay Rudy going back to Moira, and Zuki's actually not just going for the one pick, he's actually sticking with the Widow here, looking to find some quick headshots. So, what do you think about the combination of Pharah and Widow here?
They have very much pick potential here. Since but Fury has, of course...
Gamer Speed charges him very aggressively, but the bubble was just used, so he's not able to stay alive after that charge, even though he got the nice pin here. Tulmush is laying down some dice damage though, but there's nobody to really follow up on it. Oh, and Future gets a nice long-range helix kill to stagger down Div Tool. There's no mercy available here for Team Taser Mittens, so there's no rest and just a delay. So, we see Azul here poking from the hotel, and yeah, we see Zuki switching to the Tracer here. He didn't get with the Widow what he was looking for, so he's going to be looking to go around, and yeah, he's actually going for the high ground, goes up against Kaifek, uses the recall, and gets out again. Kaifek is just too strong here. And we see the Convalescence coming out, because with this composition it charges very, very fast. The shield's still up, blocking the visor from Future, and Jay is looking for his best to keep them up as well. And Jay gets Future gets nothing with the visor. Good F shutter by Magikarp though, finishing the fight and sending Taser Mittens back to spawn. Kaifek is again very, very aggressive here, hoping not to get demagged, and he manages to get the kill on the Aura. His aggressiveness paid off again.
So right there, Gamer Speed was just standing alone by the statue essentially, and this entire team hadn't pushed through with him.
Yeah, I mean it's something you see frequently at lower levels of play, that pressing W is not done early enough. And yeah, they're going to be looking to recontest here though. Gamer Speed is getting close to his own Oath Shatter, and Magikarp did not find a lot of people with a Shatter, but it was enough. He was able to knock down Gamer Speed and then follow it up with a kill. So Gamer Speed is 92% here. Glora is almost 70% to the Graviton, and nice block by Magikarp, completely denying that Shatter. Gamer Speed gets the nice charge, and Duki finds a Pulse Bomb on Cat Shadow, so this is looking good for Taser Kittens, who are on the point now, taking position here. There's still one up, but Magikarp and Kaifek take down Zuki and Gamer Speed. Jay takes down Future, so it's an even fight, and the spawn advantage is with Team Taser Mittens here. So they are looking for the regroup here. Jay Rudy is still out in no man's land though, manages to get out. So if they push fast, they can take this fight before Gundalf has regrouped completely. They have around 1 minute left, so they have to do this quickly. Tulmush does have his visor now, and they're getting close to the Graviton Surge. They can combine it with a Pulse Bomb or with a Moira ult here. That's actually nice play by Zuki, drawing them away from the point. Tulmush goes down to the Junkrat though. We see dueling Transcendences here. Gamer Speed gets another charge. He's good at hitting those charges, but he's not able to follow it up again. And Magikarp has been the king of the Earth Shatters in this match, taking them down. Future is just mopping up and sending Taser Mittens back to spawn for one last fight.
30 seconds remaining.
Do you think they will be able to take it with the Graviton up here?
If he gets enough, and they really need to get the shield down first, but they've been losing the shield fights. Taser Mittens, that is.
I mean, they are up against... Oh, Divtol gets a nice kill on his opposite Zenyatta. And Zuki, I don't know what Xylee was doing there, but Zuki has no problem taking them out here. And again, Magikarp blocks the Shatter. Magikarp has been MVP here. The Graviton comes out, and they combine it with everything. They have to take this point, and they will.
Gamer Speed, he did get 2 knockdowns with the Shatter behind the shield.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. I just saw the shield being up and Magikarp not going down. But yeah, they did manage to take the point. But at this point, they took it in overtime, so they only have 2 minutes 30 to push through second. And yeah, the old advantage has swung back in favor of Team Gundalf, who do have the Riptire and the Self-Destruct available, and we've seen what Azul can do with his Riptires.
Yeah, Azul has been showing complete dominance in this game. So
yeah, I quite like Rudy on the Junkrat as well, but they seem to prefer this composition for attack. Gamer Speed goes in aggressively again with little support, but he's able to swing around here and get some charge, but he's going low. Diftil comes in at just the right time with Transcendence. Now they push aggressively, just trying to push them back, and they're not actually... Gundalf is not contesting. A nice Self-Destruct by Kaifek catches out Diftil. Azul comes in with a Riptire, and yeah, as predicted, Azul is just dominating them. And yeah, this is a good team fight. They used 2 ultimates, and they won the fight with it, and they got the Transcendence out, so Gundalf is very happy about this fight. J-Rody gets picked very, very late by Kaifek here.
Azul was essentially just hiding the entire fight until he Riptired. So
Yeah.
he was committing no damage to the fight until after the Riptire.
I mean, a lot of what Junkrat does is kind of trash damage, though, if you're not able to follow it up. Kaifek goes in very aggressive here and gets C-Macked. And yeah, this could be an opportunity that Taser Mittens need. Toolmush goes aggressive, but gets protected by Zarya. Leoria is very close to another Graviton Surge that they could combine with the Convalescence. But Zuki gets taken down by Cat Shadow. Diftil takes down Future, so it's an even trade. Both teams lost one of the hitscan DPS. And the Convalescence goes in. Gamer Speed shatters into the shields. The tire comes... Oh, Azul! The tire comes in from behind and gets 3. Future had already popped his tech fire, even though it wasn't, because even though the tire just finished the fight, and yeah, Toolmush is just trying to run away, gets caught out, and Zuki is just looking for poke. It's gonna be very risky. If he gets picked here, that's very, very bad for them. They have exactly 1 fight. They do have the Graviton available. Kaifek goes aggressive. Can they catch out Kaifek here? Can they take Kaifek down? And the Graviton comes out from Leroy. Is anybody touching the point? They need to touch the point. Zuki gets Deadeye, Xylee gets a res, and this is anybody's fight still. The spawn advantage is about even here. Leora is alone at the point, has to keep it contested here. Is somehow still alive. They come in, and Magikarp is about to finish this off with a nice shatter. And yeah, I think that was the game. Diftil might be able to touch it. No. Nice loop away from the Junkrat.
Nerf this.
Impressive plays at the end. Azul completely dominating the tight second phase.
Yeah, well-deserved play of the game for him. Oh yeah, this is the triple tire from behind. He was very, very sneaky. Look at that. Just a nice, clean triple tire. I mean, all of them were at full health. Well played. Tactical crouching to end it. And yeah, this looked like a very clean performance overall from Team Gundalf.
Impressive plays from both teams, but Gundalf's team just had it slightly better.
Yeah, I think just overall they played better as a team, and we saw some players just having the edge over their counterparts. I think especially Magikarp versus Gamerspeed at some points. We saw Magikarp just hitting the shatters at the right times. He did whiff some of them, but I think overall shatters had more effect than what Gamerspeed was able to put up. And yeah, we saw Azul just sneaking into the backlines time and time again, just rip-tiring or nading them from behind, and just cleaning up fights with that Junkrat, just deciding fights just with his left and right clicks. Okay. And yeah, that was best of 3. So that was the first game of... Okay, yeah, that was it for the first game in Europe. We will not have any streams, any more EU streams, but we will have a stream for the NA games at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, we'd love it. Sorry, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, we'd love it if you could tune in again and watch the NA teams going at it. I can assure you that the quality is going to be just as good. Fusi, what do you have any closing words?
No. Great
then
performance from both teams.
Then thank everybody for tuning in. Thanks a lot to Whiskey Tango Foxtrot for running the production for Europe. And I hope to see you again in the next game.